Hey, you're working. So here we are, first two-wheeled test of the combination of the GoPro Mission and the GoPro wireless mic set. So this is the first test. You can expect almost anything to happen, and it usually does, so we'll have to see about that. So we're recording, pretty sure, one of the mysteries of the GoPro. But this is the first two-wheel test. It's going to be on the e-bike of the GoPro Mission and the GoPro wireless microphones. So let's see how all that happens. And it's a good test because I've got the magnetic mount on my shirt front, and it's a little windy, so we'll see how good the wind resistance is, and how, if it's not all that particularly good, if I can perhaps easily manipulate it in the post-filming editing, I guess is what you say. So hopefully we're looking ahead here and you get a view of what's ahead. A lot of moving parts. But first two-wheel test, and we're going to ride up to the gym. It is a Friday afternoon, July the 3rd, 2026. And that's significant because we have a 250th July 4th anniversary celebration tomorrow. Pretty fun. That has happened. That is, of course, providing it is still sound recording and video recording. But here's the litany of things that have happened with the Mission. Unpacked the Mission, shared that on the channel, and it's seems a pretty quality camera. Form factor, though the overall packaging is much the same as GoPro has had for a while, the size is just a teeny bit larger, and you've got to get some new gear to replace certain things that you might have had with earlier generations, up to and including the GoPro 13. So that means a new cage, and this new cage does not have the so-called media mod connections. So GoPro had let it known they were going to be introducing the wireless mic set. So I patiently waited, purchased the wireless mic set. I also purchased the GoPro Mission, by the way, and it's competitively priced. Once again, nicely packaged. So having purchased that and trying to get it to sync with the GoPro Mission has been a challenge. As first received, it would pair fitfully and sometimes faithfully with third-party mics, but when I tried it to pair with the GoPro mic, it not only didn't pair, but it knocked out all the audio. So I had to reset the camera, go back to factory settings, then set it all up again. And that didn't work the first attempt. And then GoPro announced a firmware update to, I guess, make it more compatible with their wireless mic set. And I installed that. And again, that wiped out all my audio. Now, I could have botched the install. You know, GoPros are notoriously touchy about firmware updates and how you install them, etc. So, not going to blame GoPro on that one, but lost all the audio again. Reset the camera once again to factory standards, but in this time, instead of coming back around, all audio was still blank, including the onboard camera mic. So there was a found in the menu, and I'm sure this is all available online in their menu and help section, but it's a bit of digging. But I found that there in the sub menu on the camera itself, under you could go into connections and reset all the connections. I did this, and ultimately that seems to have worked. So at this point in time, again, provided that this is recording audio and video, that seems to have done the trick, and it all now seems to be working. The GoPro mics are small, have some nice features on them, particularly when used when they're with their own receiver. So we'll try that as well, although there's no easy way to go from this receiver to a GoPro camera anyhow. But I have some other third-party mics that I want to try side by side, or in comparison, let's say, to what GoPro provides. So here we are at the gym. It's a very nice afternoon, about 2 p.m. and great opportunity to test it with some wind noise. We'll see how the windsock works, the dead cat, and how the whole wireless hooks up and works up with the GoPro. And with that, I'm going to go into the gym, and hopefully the camera's working. But before I'll do that, I'll give you a quick vista of our neighborhood here. I call it Wistful Vistas, in beautiful suburban San Diego, California. That's all for now. So we're gonna get to this hill here. It's a couple of little whoop-de-doos, we'll call them. And you can get up around 25. Almost, I can pedal it faster than 30 down the hill. But I don't know if you can hear the wind noise increasing now or not. But we're getting lots of it. Yeah. It's loud enough that I can hear it very distinctly in my own ears. Woohoo! Doing 29 miles an hour. Yahoo! Watch out. And the ride home is always easier because it's 90% downhill, which of course means the ride to the gym is 90% uphill. So guess which one I prefer. But it's all part of the routine. So just by a little comment, I'm an older guy. I would like to have some people, if they would care to take the time, let me know if they exercise. And maybe I did try some exercise vlogs a while back. They didn't really, whoa, yeah, uh-oh, do you see me? Whoa, 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 whoa. That's all right. No worries. So that was a close one. That's one of the things you have to watch out for. It's an honest mistake. I was in his A-pillar, which is the forward larger pillar on the car, and I'm a smaller profile target than an automobile, so I gotta allow that. Yes, the court will allow that. That seems very fair to me. And I'll cross over here. But there you have it. And that's a really good illustration of some of the dangers you can get into on a motorcycle as well. The situation with a motorcycle, of course, being that I'd probably be rolling along at a little bit of quicker rate. I don't know. I was doing maybe 25 to 30 miles an hour there. We are a speed limited community, so I wouldn't have been flying through there. But wow, let's see if you can hear through all that. This turns out to be a great test. So lesson learned, always expect the unexpected when you're waiting to turn into a street and there's a car waited over there. What tipped me off, and here's the biggest tip off you need when you're approaching an intersection and there's a car stopped or coming to a stop, and you want to know, is that guy going to proceed through the intersection? Does he truly see me? Well, the first thing is look where the driver's head is pointed. If it's pointed up the road towards you, you've got a chance. Head pointed up the road towards you. Now that's, of course, provided that you can see that person if their windows aren't too heavily tinted. The next and the real telltale is watch those front wheels. If they don't stop moving, or if they start moving as you're approaching, that person is going to go. And just lock in on that and be prepared. And in general, just for your own situational awareness, when you come to those situations, cover your brakes, get a couple of fingers out on your brakes, and be ready to squeeze them down. On an e-bike, of course on a motorcycle, have your foot ready for the rear brake and your hand, your left hand, ready for the front brake, but don't jump all over the front brake without putting some rear brake in there, because that's a good way to lose control. Well, I'm quite interested to see how this is going to turn out. Riding right into a very strong wind here. So we'll see how that all